Hi, so today I tried really hard to use the camera on my laptop and the audio was terrible. So now I have to do I have to read up and find out how to do proper recording with the video on your laptop, with the video camera on your laptop. But anyways, my name is Tosin Buckner. This is And Then There Was Friday. And today I'm going to be talking about circle of friendship. So the other day I was speaking to a friend of mine and he just asked a random question. So I answered. I was talking about a friend and I said, well, she's one of my friends. And he's like, so you sound like you have a lot of friends. And I was like, well, and so we had like a whole conversation. I wanted to bring the conversation to you, not because I am in any way perfect, but just because sometimes I feel if you find something that works for you, you can share it with other people. While you're sharing it, you may also get something out of it, and maybe people will say, oh, well, that's not how I do it. This is how I do it. And everybody is happy. So today I want to talk about circle of friendship, and I wanted to use the literal circle that I use. Now I'm adjusting this thing a little bit. So when I talk about circle of friendship, what I mean is how you sort of, and it's not like you have a book that you write it in or you have a way that you do it, but just how to sort of protect yourself in terms of people you meet, people you work with, people you go to school with, and how you define friendship, what you share with people, how and when you share it with people, and so on and so forth. And so I think the first circle is the smallest circle ever. The first circle is this small. It's just like that. Literally is the first circle. And the first circle is if you are a faith person, like you have, some faith you believe in, you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, I don't know, Jehovah's Witness, whatever it is, then I think that smallest circle would be the Eledumare, or like the supreme being. That's the person who's your best friend. In my situation, for example, Jesus is like my best friend, because to be honest, I do tell him everything. And actually, to be honest, it's the Holy Trinity for me, because I'm gisting like throughout the day, obviously not so that you would hear it, but I'm gisting about things that are happening, decisions I want to make, things that are confusing me, things I'm going to do. For example, if I'm going to sulk and not speak to my husband for like 5 minutes, I report myself first, because maybe I have to pray, and the Bible says forgive, but I want to sulk for 5 minutes. So anyways, but little things like that, or like I'm gonna watch a Real Madrid game, and I'm gonna have unholy thoughts about Cristiano Ronaldo, and so sometimes you have to let God know first that you're really sorry. But on a more serious note, the supreme being, that being other than yourself, that you worship, that you look up to, that you read, whatever it is, that should be, I think, your first and your own. That's like the closest, smallest circle. And after that, the next circle is honestly you, me. I feel like you have to learn to be friends with yourself. And trust me, it is not easy. It is not easy learning to know who you are, learning to accept who you are, and learning to genuinely like your own company. And the truth is, it takes a lot of work, because people assume that you're automatically your own best friend. But let's be honest, because you spend so much time with yourself, you're able to see the things that rock about you, but you're also able to see the things that suck. And sometimes we just don't get along with ourselves because we're so critical. And that's not everybody. Some people are more critical of themselves than others. But in any case, you need to get to a point where you are literally your own best friend. You can be in a room by yourself. It's not like you should be lonely all the time and never, hang out with people, note to self. But the fact that if you are by yourself, you're not you're not putting the music too loud just to drown out things. Like you can watch TV by yourself, you can read a novel by yourself, you can be by yourself. Because if you cannot be best friends with yourself, one, you're never going to be honest with yourself, you're not going to like yourself, and you're always going to want to fill voids on the outside when they should be filled on the inside. The next circle is like actual other people, but this is after like the supreme being and yourself. This should also be like a very close circle. It is literally the 1-2 people that you have their back, they have their back, you will do practically anything for. And I said 1-2 people, and I'm very serious about that. The people who know your secrets, they're the first person you're very honest with them. And the truth is, I don't think there's any human being you give your secrets to all at once. Not even your parents, not even your siblings. You reveal things over time. Some people reveal things when they're in their 50s. But there are people that, when something happens, you want to share good news with them, you want to share bad news with them. They're the ones that you speak to. And not just because everything you do, they're like, yeah, me, you did the right thing, but because they actually listen. After that, of course, you're going to have perhaps best friends or really close friends, other people that you can count on, people that you can reach out to, people that you're there for as well. The next layer or the next circle is your work or school friends. Now, let's be honest, it's not everybody you work with that moves from being a colleague to being a friend. And it's not everybody you're in school with that is more than just a classmate. Some people you end up having a bond with that is just different from what you have with other people. And those people, they deserve to be in that circle because they're your circle of friends. Now, they may not be your friends because, let's be honest, it might be because you're in the same industry. So, for example, I have a lot of friends in the media. They know what I'm talking about when I talk about maybe pressures of my work, or maybe career challenges, a mistake I made on my show, or a friend, somebody I'm trying to book on my show, whatever it is, or I want to rant, or I'm proud of myself, or I want to talk about a development, see what's going on in the industry. They're more than just colleagues, okay? They're like your friends, but it's because of like the circumstances, the work you do together, or the fact that you're in school together, you study together. Those kind of friendships, they tend to be conditional, if you're to be honest, in the sense that maybe if you're no longer in that industry, then you're not as friendly. But the difference between them and other colleagues, with other colleagues, say for example, you have colleagues, you're working at a place, you leave that place. With most colleagues, after, 1 or 2 lame attempts at staying in touch, everything just ends. But with these, industry friends, with these work friends, school friends, you stay in touch because it was work that brought you together, but something else binds you. And of course, the next would be acquaintances. These are people that you're on good terms with. And please, God knows, you can be on good terms with practically everybody, apart from people who genuinely don't like you. And if you don't want to pretend, because life is too short to be pretending to like people who don't like you. But in any case, acquaintances, you're cool with them. Like, you gist with them, you talk to them. If you see them out, you guys hang out, you have mutual friends. It's cool. Everybody's cool, like you're on good terms, but obviously you're probably not going to share some of the deepest, darkest things. You might not share like your challenges with them, and so on and so forth. Then there's another level of friendship, or another circle, that I like to call your tribe. And I recently just got onto that. Your tribe actually consists of your close friends, your best friends, your acquaintances, I know them from school friends, whatever it is. And it's literally people who are in your corner, people that you sell your markets to. It is people you went to school with, people you go to church or to, a place of worship with, people that you know through your parents, family, friends, some family members, just things like that. Your tribe, those are the people who have your back to a certain level, to a certain extent. They're the people who come for your shows if you're an artist. They're the people who listen to your show if you are on radio. They're the people who buy from you if you're a fashion designer, for example, or you sell clothes on Instagram and hopefully outside Instagram as well. They're the people who read your blog. They're the people who watch your YouTube video. For example, you're in my tribe, and I thank you so much. On that note, I'm wrapping this up. This has actually been my longest vlog. And then there was Friday. Comes your way every Friday. Bye from her and me.